recently showing their firing sentry, RHIT recently showing their retreating sentry. Both teams evolving in the last seconds. We take a peek.
I think shooting is a bit more important than just moving back after you're hit, though, because both robots have proved that they can get to the center, but occupying the center is a different story if you're not able to have the teeth to back it up.
ARUW loading up their projectiles. Those large wheels, I mean, this really is the battle of the diameters. You have like 8-inch Omni wheels on one side and like 2.5-inch Omni wheels on the other.
But you know, as they say, size does not matter. It's about what you do with it that counts.
We've got a shout out to Chimney from ARUW. On the other side of the field from Advanced Robotics at the University of Washington, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the Thornbots.
Go crazy in the crowd.
Oh my goodness. RHIT has captured a portion of the ARUW chant, but adapted it to be about Pilk, the cursed combination of Pepsi and milk that
really
their team is fond of.
Bring that lore out of the stream for us, and that's a deep dig. A&M's had that stuck in the off-topic channel for a long time. An RMNA classic since, I believe, 2021.
Hey, the classic ARUW chants coming across. Love to see these crowds here in person. If you are near the prize center, come on down, come give it a look.
These are certainly going to be the ones to watch, Preston. It is the top 4 of RoboMaster 2025 in the beautiful San Diego, California. UCSD campus being our gracious hosts. We very much appreciate being here. Been an absolute blast.
Amy in chat rooting for UW. I mean, so many of y'all rooting for UW, rooting for RHIT, shouting out just your friends, your family, I mean, look at the Brian.
There's Brian. There he is, the legendary
Brian.
Brian.
Someday in the driver's seats. I want to take a look at the opposite side of the field in the driver box for RHIT. Got 2 of our Thornbots pilots getting ready.
Not much time left to be ready. 15 seconds before this match is going to be underway. We're going to find out who's making it to the finals tomorrow. Will it be the University of Washington in the blue or Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology in the red?
Shout out to Red Bull, one of our sponsors of the event.
I think I know what team they're rooting for given the name, right? Almost sounds like red-blue, though, so it could be a little bit of both.
Yeah, they've got both on there. All right, chat, buckle up. 3, 2, 1. Bring on the bots.
The bots are bringing themselves onto the field.
RHIT led by their sentry one more time, heading towards the center. Both teams, though, 6 bots in the middle. The middle mayhem we were expecting. RHIT dealing a lot of damage, and it kills the UW standard.
As we've seen, First Blood is a very commanding lead to take, as that level advantage is great.
From the perspective now of that RHIT standard pushing forward, Rose-Hulman, look at the poke damage he's doing to the hero, forcing back the blue hero from UW. They're not even worried about the sentry because of the low fire rate from ARUW. It is launching projectiles, but you can see just one every second.
750 projectiles, you're not getting through that in an entire match.
Level 7 for the Thornbots. Coming across now, level 8 is the standard. The standard and the sentry retreating at the same time. This is an opportunity for the University of Washington. They're able to get a little chip damage down. Level 5 coming across as they retake the capture point.
University of Washington starting to earn points to catch up to RHIT, taking an early lead with 53 points. UW's growing number up to 20 now.
The sentry for RHIT coming on back out pretty much by itself. The standard making a good game time decision to roll out with it. Now level 9, running low on projectiles though. Getting chunked out. Really intense confrontation. Blue standard 3, red standard 3, both absolutely one shot. Overheat from red standard 3, preventing it from finishing off that UW standard, who gets away
Oh, they also overheated, so same situation on both sides.
Really good game sense. Yeah, look at those. Both of those infantry bots making it back to base with like 10% health remaining as the Giraffe comes to play.
RHIT holding their lead with a growing number of 85 points.
The game's about to get way tougher for RHIT, though, as their Sentry runs out of projectiles. It's going to return back to base. The hero for RHIT, notably not firing a lot. 7 seconds until additional gold will drop, preventing their bots from really contesting that central buff point. 38 to 85, still RHIT in the lead.
UW might have added an extra 0 to the amount of time that they have to wait to fire projectiles with their Sentry. Still
sitting in the Giraffe, launching
projectiles
across the map from the base. Very difficult to land these shots, though.
Level 2 hero been kind of out of the action, not able to get those levels to be able to have that faster fire rate.
Now all of the gold and all of the projectiles from the map just... I mean, this is going to be a gold efficiency game, Matt.
The levels are even. The levels are even,
but
too.
the Sentry for RHIT holding the central buff point until it's taken to half health. It has to back off, but RHIT is ready for it. The Giraffe keeping those points ticking. Really, really good gameplay. 15 seconds left. The University of Washington has the only projectiles on the field. They push forward, chunking that level 2-hander hero very low. He's able to retreat behind the wall. Does not give over the victory points of death.
RHIT still has the lead, but University of Washington trying to shorten that as they're holding the middle buff point in the absence of RHIT's Sentry that's been sitting there the whole time, even with 0 projectiles.
Yeah, the Sentry for RHIT back in the center. University of Washington already controlled that central
hit
buff
on that
point.
Sentry. Another hero hit on that Sentry. RHIT Sentry is going to be retreating at half health again.
Sitting in the Thornbot standard now, red standard 3 versus blue standard 3. Barrel heat going across.
That overheat is brutal and it's going to force a retreat, but they already were a little bit low on health, so dual purpose.
115 to 85, but look at the projectile counts. So low for either team. The Giraffe still choosing to fire from very far back. They land one as Red Hero deals 100 damage to the University of Washington's hero bot. Both standards pushing forward. A lot more in the hopper for the University of Washington, though. 115 to 106. University of Washington clawing this back through accuracy percentages.
RHIT going to need to watch out as their standard is taken down.
That will move the lead over to RHIT.
The UW is now taking the lead, 141 points to 116. RHIT was doing really, really well at the beginning, but this projectile shortage is brutal, man.
It is. Their Sentry controlling the central buff point, so much health.
Oh!
If the Thornbots can just hold that center point 40 seconds, it will be enough. Whichever team can hold this center buff point, they don't need the kills. They would be nice, though.
Rose Holman landing 2 hero hits on...
Exactly tied is round 1 of RHIT UW, 141 to 142. And now RHIT, their Sentry staying in the middle. It's getting taken low. It's getting taken low where the hero takes it down, bumping them up by 10. 18 seconds left to play. RHIT needs to stay in the middle, 155 to 161. But it's ejected. That's a really smart play from RHIT. We'll talk about it later, but RHIT with 8 seconds left to go. They pass it up to 163 to 181. The University of Washington gets a kill in the last 5 seconds of the game, and they take round 1!
What a nail-biter of a match. Holy cow, University of Washington, congratulations on the first round, but that is certainly not the end of this match. There is still possibly 2 more rounds to go from how close that match was.
Oh my goodness. 3 kills for the University of Washington. I think 2 at least of those coming in the last 10 seconds of the match. That was incredibly close.
Consider the following, Preston. There are now 2,548 projectiles on the field as laid by both teams, shooting as much as they possibly could. Those ammo counts were just, as soon as the money came in, spending it on ammo, using that ammo, spending it on ammo, using it on ammo, trying to contest that center. The strategy of both teams seemed to be the same. University of Washington, though, notably, their Sentry was not moving to the center point as RHIT was, even without ammo, which was giving them a decent lead and maintaining that lead. Pretty helpfully having a robot be able to be there, even if it doesn't have projectiles, allowing the user-controlled ones to go back and refill.
Yeah. Crispy Kiwi watching this at the Seattle airport, waiting to go through security, hopefully flying into LAX to come and watch this grand finals tomorrow. Okay, we got a lot of things to talk about, not a lot of time, so chat, listen up. listen up, turn your listening ears on, because we're going to talk about it quickly. Ejecting the sentry, very, very smart move from RHIT, probably. So when your robot is malfunctioning, ejecting it will not give over the victory points.
That was a deciding factor in that
match. Yeah. Chat, make sure you're clipping pieces of that match. Clip the best part. What did you think the most exciting or the deciding point of the match was? Do you really think it was the last 30 seconds? Do you feel like it was earlier in the game when they allowed the University of Washington to get a kill? What was it that was the turning point in your opinion? RHIT getting ready for round 2. This is a best of 3, so this is match point for both teams.
I mean, this is where accuracy matters. I really think it's the biggest discussion I think we need to have is like the projectile counts. I mean, 2,500 projectiles fired and a lot of damage, but not as much as those projectiles would have been if every single one of them was hit. I think there's a big difference in, you know, being able to suppress and being able to kind of like get into the other driver's head by shooting at them, but hitting them is what really matters, especially for the victory points, which is one kill would have decided that match. It did decide that match in the way of UW, but if it hadn't gone the way of UW with that kill, they would have lost that, right?
Yeah, those last kills were really, really important. The only thing that my brain is thinking of, RHIT, so sentries have slightly different rules for respawn. If a sentry respawns, it is invulnerable for 10 seconds.
Versus the 5 that is of the driver-controlled robots, correct?
Because that sentry got ejected so close to the end of the game, I do wonder if that invulnerability period would have been long enough to help it hold the middle a little bit better.
University of Washington already had control of the middle at that point. They were just having the sentry there to occupy it if they were to leave. So I don't think it would have been that much of a decider. Not at least 11 seconds worth. That's for sure.
So close. Both teams getting ready. The match definitely gets more difficult for RHIT in the second half. Their sentry is fantastic, but after about minute 3, it will be out of projectiles and it will be a 2 versus 2. Hopefully at that point, what RHIT needs, what they're hoping for, is to have garnered an XP advantage based on the damage dealt by their sentry.
That damage dealt by their sentry, I mean, we've seen it be very, very accurate, but once it runs out of projectiles, it still is a very large contributing force to the team by getting those victory points by just occupying the middle whenever they're driverless or whenever their driver robots are there. Having a driverless one in the middle without projectiles is a much better place than slightly off the middle, as we saw with University of Washington sentry, which was shooting some. Still wasn't convincing me enough that that's the performance that they're going to need to be like a deciding factor in their victory this time around.
Yeah, chat, I'm going to hit you with a 1-minute ad. That way we turn off pre-rolls so that any incoming viewers, any of your teammates, any of your friends, any of your families that are tuning in for round 2 are able to watch. Unless it's starting in 2 seconds?
It is starting in 1
Technical
second.
timeout's over. We're not running an ad. Send it.
No time for ads, only time for action. University of Washington in the blue, RHIT in the red. Oh, looks like we're going to have a bit of a technical timeout. Or maybe we're going to keep going if we're going to keep going.
University of Washington in the blue, RHIT in the red. The match on the line. 3, 2, 1. Bring on the bots.
Being brought on in a similar fashion to last time. Both teams making their way towards the middle. University of Washington winning the race.
Gold splits. Red standard 3, blue standard 3 meeting in the middle. Red standard 3 taking the worst end of this trade by far, but the sentry shows up and turns the tide. The blue hero below half health. The blue standard below half health. Can the sentry 1v2? It's a 1v3 in the middle. RHIT goes down. The hero from the University of Washington lands a massive hit.
And that's a huge deal. That sentry is a much higher level, and we need much more XP is given to the University of Washington. What will they do with this lead?
Yeah, they're going to be able to try and they're trying to spawn kill the sentry again. This would give them a huge XP advantage. The sentry for RHIT did not retreat upon respawn, and it's taken down again. Now level 9 for the UW standard, but level doesn't matter if you're in the gray screen simulator. Taken out is UW's standard.
RHIT's sentry not looking like it's able to spin to win. That's going to be a massive disadvantage to somebody like University of Washington, who has very, very competent CV. You cannot be a sitting duck in this situation.
Matt, I think the giraffe needs to push it back. You've got to get or eject the sentry or something. You can't just let your sentry sit in there. Can you just eject just for fun?
I don't know.
Does something have to be wrong with the bot for you to be able to eject? Red standard 3, blue standard 3 fighting in the middle of the capture point, but this blue standard is level 10. The red standard catching up very quickly in levels, though. Level 8, level 9, level 10, 40 projectiles remaining. Both robots falling low, but it will be UW that takes the 1v1.
UW now in a very strong lead, 120-57. RHIT, though, controlling the middle zone.
Double kill!
University of Washington able to take that sentry out a third time. 60 victory points now coming from those sentry kills. RHIT back in their base, regrouping with their 2 humans. They've got to pull something crazy off. They've got to get the sentry out of the middle and get a lot of takedowns.
That's a lot of takedowns that you're going to need to overcome about 90-point deficit. That's going to be 5 kills.
RHIT sentry is capturing the center buff point, so before it's taken down.
Well, that was not up long enough to make up for the deficit of 20 points, which you cannot give up to University of Washington. University of Washington only having 1 more elimination needed.
17 more seconds to play University of Washington. They don't even need the elimination, but they're probably going to go for it. RHIT chewing through the health of the UW hero. It's one shot, but it doesn't matter because the University of Washington is still holding the center point.
Everybody
Both of their bots, 5 health between 199, 200. Are you kidding me? The University of Washington with 20 health between both of their bots take round 2 and take the match, moving into the top 3. What on earth? Are you kidding me?
I'm surprised none of those robots died at the very end of that, because
No
that was
way.
so low health on
Matt, that would have
everybody.
been a 40-point swing. The sentry for UW has no intelligence. It would not have run to the middle. There would have been 198. It would have been a 40 points over to RHIT. There would have been a hope. There would have been a dream. That was incredibly close.
That was
Holy
incredibly close,
smokes.
which is exactly what we expect to see from these teams, and what a great showing. RHIT not going home empty-handed, though. They at least have the cake to celebrate the birthday, and that performance was a cause to celebrate.
What is
enough.
this game mode? How is any game that was absolutely insane. I mean, that's the esports equivalencies here are wild. It's like an open Nexus backdoor with a, like 1 HP last hit. It's just absolutely crazy. It's a blind head. I can't hear myself anymore, but wow. RHIT, congratulations. What a match. I mean, that's footage you're not mad about. Those are crazy games.
Like I said, still cause to celebrate even if the win wasn't secured. That's something to go home and show your friends, show your family. That was insane.
Oh, yeah.
But I think there's one thing that we can't ignore, and that was the fact that University of Washington had, what was it? It was 120 points, so 6 kills worth 100. That's 120 victory points. That's 2 minutes of holding the zone. I think a whole lot of that snowball really started when that first kill on the sentry. That first kill on the sentry giving a massive level lead to University of Washington. University of Washington
5
wasting
levels
no
to both
time.
bots. Yeah.
I mean, it just turned into a death match of just as fast as you could get those kills coming out. 120 points that's more than half of the victory points was from the kills alone.
Yes, RHIT made an appeal from the red team. I believe that because their appeal won or succeeded or was valid or whatever the correct term is, that appeal will be returned to them. Because you get one appeal. If your appeal is valid, you get to use an appeal again later in the game.
Kind of like challenging a flag or different kinds of plays or lack of flag in football.
All right, both teams now entering the field, starting to put their robots into the location. You can see the round totals have been adjusted, corrected back down. The University of Washington still the champions of round 1. Yeah. The Sentry almost taking out our on-field correspondent, Christian. ARUW, more cheers coming in from the chat. Cheese Slayer says he's going to die of old age before this match ends. I sure hope not. We dive into round 2. UW RHIT, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring on the bots. University of Washington led by their Sentry, making their way out to the middle. RHIT, the standard rounding the corner, but the Sentry not moving. They pulled an NUS. There was a giant timeout, and at the end it doesn't move. Red standard for RHIT in the middle all by himself. It's a 1v3, and that's a tough place to be. I mean, look at that driver cam view. All the members of UW on the other side. He makes it around the corner with 10 HP. Can he make it back to the base? Can he heal before he's taken out? He will. Excuse me, they will. The driver from RHIT making it back. Red Standard 3 safe, but giving over a little bit of XP and now giving away points.
RHIT looking like they might have a problem with their Sentry and Hero, neither of which have moved from the base since the match started.
Red Standard 3 putting up a good fight, though, from RHIT. Rose Holman, the Standard peeking the corner. Can they make it back again to the base? It's taken out by Blue Standard 3 as the University of Washington really secures a firm grasp on round 2.
University of Washington occupying the middle as RHIT is nowhere really to be found besides chilling in their base trying to get their health back. Red Standard 3 seem to be the only robot able to move.
All right, Rose Holman refilling that Standard. I mean, there's going to be plenty of gold for the RHIT Standard without having to share with the rest of the family. What? No, the Giraffe is launching long-range shots across the field. Those were some crazy projectiles, but the University of Washington, again, in 1v1 standard combat, is the victor. 96-11, RHIT, the hero functional. Red Standard 3 for RHIT trying to retreat, getting chased back by the Standard from the University of Washington. Level 6 to level 2. It's going to be really tough, but the hero backing it up. The Giraffe launching projectiles. The Huskies firing back, nipping at the heels.
Ammo count down to 0. Going to be able to still hold the point. Doesn't seem like RHIT is going to be able to push that middle objective without both of their robots.
Rose Holman Standard doing a great job of getting back to the base without being eliminated. I say that as they're chased down very low and taken out.
The hero cannot set the same.
Red Standard 3 trading with this blue hero. Blue Standard level 10 though. Red Infantry only level 3. The blue ARUW Standard now in that position, like we said earlier, blocking these robots from returning to their base. But chased out by a level 5 Standard. RHIT, 2 minutes left to play. It's 145-11. Dire for RHIT, but not over yet. Mathematically still possible.
Definitely mathematically still possible, considering every single kill is worth 20 victory points. It's just going to be really hard for RHIT to be able to contest those the level 10 Standard for University of Washington and the level 3 hero.
Chad, I'm hearing some dirty rumors in my ears. We'll see how it all plays out. The tall hero making his way halfway into the map and is taken down again by the University of Washington.
University of Washington facing little resistance.
Yeah.
As RHIT is struggling to be able to recuperate after a very slow start.
A strong performance from UW, though. I mean, their Sentry has fired 24 projectiles, still looking good. Frankly, hasn't had an opportunity to fire many as RHIT has been quarantined in the back third of the map.
Well, this is what we were talking about. UW has their advantage, and they push it, and they make sure that you can barely get out of your base, or at least you're going to sweat while you're doing it.
197, 199, 200 victory points in the round 2 replay, going the way of the University of Washington.
Unfortunately for Rose Coleman, not much you can do whenever your Sentry that has been such a strong asset to your team is just not able to get out of that base.
Yeah, peculiar that Sentry didn't move at all that round. It's worked all week long. After the computer swap, it did not function.
Funnily enough, though, similar amounts of projectiles launched by both teams. 22 42mm projectiles from Rose Holman, 20 from UW, and then just a difference of 20 projectiles in the 17mm projectile category.
Sunny Fly a little bummed in the YouTube chat for Rose Holman. Yeah, that was a tough replay round compared to round 1 and round 2, but I mean, Rose Holman's Sentry just is that great. It was a very big staple of their team, and without
huge asset to what they needed to do to get the win here.
University of Washington staying strong, you know, displaying excellent grit through the timeouts, through the replays, able to take that round again and cement their victory in the match.